then incarcerated at the Dent County Jail. Finally, on Thursday afternoon, January 25th, at approximately 3 o'clock, officers responded to an accident involving a school bus. It was reported that a vehicle crossed the center turn lane near the intersection of Center Street and Missouri Highway 19 and struck the school bus, which was able to get stopped and sound its horn. After investigation was conducted, it was found the operator of the vehicle was intoxicated. As a result, a 56-year-old Salem woman was arrested and placed on a 24-hour hold pending the application of warrants. No injuries were reported or apparent in the crash. Please contact the Salem Police Department at 573-729-4242 if you have any information regarding any investigation. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey reported that Iron County Sheriff Jeffrey Burkett resigned from office Wednesday, which is the day he was to appear in court to be impeached. Bailey had filed the petition of quo warranto to remove Iron County Sheriff Burkett from office last summer. The quo warranto alleged that Burkett has knowingly or willfully failed and refused to perform official acts and duties with respect to the execution or enforcement of criminal laws of the state and has engaged in willful acts of misconduct, malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance in office. The petition alleged that Burkett was unfit to hold office after allegedly helping Rick Gaston, an Iron County resident, with a plot to kidnap Gaston's children from their mother after a domestic dispute. After the quo warranto was issued, the Washington County prosecutor criminally charged Sheriff Jeffrey Burkett with one count of participating knowingly in criminal street gang activities, a Class B felony, one count of tampering with a victim, a Class D felony, one count of attempting kidnapping in the third degree, a Class B misdemeanor, one count of stalking in the first degree, a Class E felony, one count of stalking in the second degree, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of unlawful obtaining of criminal history information, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of unlawful disclosure of criminal history information, a Class A misdemeanor, one count of misuse of emergency telephone services, a Class B misdemeanor, and one count of making a false report, a Class B misdemeanor. The Attorney General's office argued that Burkett abused his power and authority as an elected sheriff by encouraging two deputies to make illegal arrests and detentions, knowing that he had no jurisdiction or authority and knowing that the arrests and seizures lacked any probable cause or reasonable suspicion. Volunteers for AARP will be conducting free tax filing assistance at the Salem Community Center at the Armory again this year. This free tax filing assistance begins today and continues every Friday until April 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at 573-729-8163. This local service is provided entirely by AARP trained volunteers and will be the 20th year that Healthy Dent County has partnered with AARP to provide this free tax service to our community. AARP Foundation tax aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms and schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act requires that our volunteers stay in the scope of the program. If counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge or your return is too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor paid tax assistance. Items you'll need to bring with you to have your tax returns prepared include proof of identification such as a picture ID, Social Security cards for you, your spouse, and dependents, or a Social Security number verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration. You should also bring birth dates for you, your spouse, and dependents on the tax form. Also needed are wage and earning statements like Form W-2, W-2G, 1099-R, 1099-MISC from all employers. Year-end Social Security statements showing total SS received and Medicare payments, and interest and dividend statements from banks, which are Forms 1099. You should bring a copy of last year's federal and state returns, if available, plus proof of bank account routing numbers and account numbers for direct deposit, such as a blank check or deposit slip. To file taxes electronically on a married filing joint tax return, both spouses must be present to sign the required forms. The Salem Community Center at the Armory is located at 1200 West Rolla Road. Appointments can be made by calling 573-729-8163. Well, that has been a look at local news, and it was brought to you by SBU Salem Campus at 501 South Grand Street, where they offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, criminal justice, and elementary education. For more about SBU Salem Campus, contact admission counselor Chris Welch at 573-729-7071.
What are your plans for the future? Do you need a boost to generate a new plan, or can't afford to go away to college, or your work schedule won't allow you to go? Let Southwest Baptist University Salem Campus be the boost. SBU is committed to flexibility, expertise, and the state-of-the-art technology. We now offer 2 new associate's degrees in teaching and Christian ministries, along with master's degrees in education and business. For more information, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student. You may call 573-729-7071. SBU Salem Campus is your higher education with Christian principles.
This is Deborah Hobson, Director of Infection Prevention. To help prevent disease, wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. In turn, you can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Washing your hands frequently can help limit the transfer of germs that causes illness. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
The Bank of Salem is part of the MoneyPass ATM network. MoneyPass has nearly 23,000 ATMs coast to coast, and the network continues to grow. MoneyPass ATM is surcharge-free, so you won't worry about paying a fee to access your money. Regardless of where you live, work, or travel, you're sure to find a MoneyPass ATM nearby. Just look for the MoneyPass logo and use your existing Bank of Salem ATM or debit card. It's that easy, and it's all part of our commitment to providing you with superb products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you having a hard time finding ag podcasts? We can help. The podcast directory at agriamerica.com allows you to search by category and topic, so it's quick and easy to find what you're looking for. Ag Chicks, Farm for Profit, Heart of Rural America, the Shark Farmer Podcast, Real Ag Radio, and more are featured on Agri-America. Our extensive directory has something for everyone. Discover a new ag podcast today by visiting agriamerica.com. That's agriamerica.com.
Have you seen TownScreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at Advanced Chiropractic, Jet Tires and Auto, Salem Bowling Center, and Terrell's Complete Auto Care, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use TownScreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. TownScreen in Salem.
It is now time to take a look at local and regional sports. It's being brought to you by your Ozark sports leader, KSMO. The Salem Boys basketball Tigers will host Willow Springs tonight in an SCA conference matchup at the SHS Gymnasium. At 5 o'clock, the freshmen play a half game before the JV game starts near 5:40. The varsity game between the Tigers and Bears will start around 7 o'clock. Salem is 2-0 in the SCA conference and are 11-9 on the season. The Bears are 8-12 on the year and 0-2 in the SCA. The game will be on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. The Salem Lady Tigers fell to Mountain View Liberty Thursday night, 59-22. The Lady Tigers have lost 6 straight and are now 4-17 on the year and 1-3 in the SCA conference. The Lady Tigers will host Cuba Monday at 5:30, starting with the JV contest, with the varsity game to follow. The varsity game will be heard on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. The Missouri Tigers play Vanderbilt Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock in SEC conference play. The Tigers have lost 8 straight and 11 of their last 12 games. They're 8-13 on the season and 0-8 in the SEC Conference. You can hear the game right here on KSMO Radio. And that's been a look at local and regional sports brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Stay tuned for a look at sports from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. Mizzou basketball trying to snap their 8-game losing streak and get their first conference win. They visit Vanderbilt tomorrow. Head coach Dennis Gates.
We all have to look in the mirror and be participants in our own rescue. We asked to play at this level. We asked to demand and put on a jersey. Well, there's a responsibility. Go out there, give your very best, and fight.
The Tigers are 0-8. Vandy is 0-7 in the SEC. Assistant coach Dickie Nutt announced yesterday he is starting cancer treatments early next week in Columbia. He won't be on the bench, but says he'll continue to scout opponents. Robert Thomas is in Toronto for the NHL All-Star Weekend. The St. Louis Center was the Blues' only representative in All-Star activities this year. It's Thomas's first All-Star game. He'll sit out the skills events, but will be ready for tomorrow's game. And I saw this on social media. I mentioned it earlier this week. Thomas is just the third Blues player in history before the age of 25 to have 200 assists, joining Doug Gilmour and Bernie Federko. The Chiefs will arrive in Las Vegas on Sunday at 5:10 local time, a week before Super Bowl 58. Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, and Sky Moore were limited in practice yesterday. The Chiefs released figures showing that the team had an economic impact of $993 million in the Kansas City region. In addition, the team and Arrowhead Stadium generated nearly $229 million in direct, indirect, and induced tax revenue for the state of Missouri. This is released as there is a ballot measure to keep a tax on the books that would help the Chiefs with renovating Arrowhead. St. Louis City signed their coach, Bradley Carnell, to a contract extension through 2025 after he led St. Louis to the top seed in the Western Conference during the club's inaugural season in the MLS. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
If a baby is giggling in the back seat, they're probably happy. If a baby is crying in the back seat, they're probably hungry. But if a baby is sleeping in the back seat, will you remember they're even there? When you're distracted, stressed, or not usually the one who drives them, the chances of forgetting them in the back seat are much higher. It can happen to anyone. Parked cars get hot fast and can be deadly. So get in the habit of checking the back seat when you leave. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Office.
Wofford & Wofford Plumbing can solve all of your septic problems. They have an electric sewer machine and camera to help locate and solve septic problems. Plus, they can handle all new construction, residential, and commercial plumbing, as well as repairs. Wofford & Wofford Plumbing. Call the office at 729-0014, and they can get you taken care of.
Are you a renter that has always dreamed of owning your own home but aren't sure where to start? Town & Country Bank can help. With our local lending team, Town & Country Bank has been helping renters make their dreams come true by giving them the tools they need to own their very own home. I'm Andrew Wynn with Town & Country Bank. Stop by today and let us help you take the first step to home ownership. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 899641.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
This is Cardinals broadcaster Ricky Horton. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back and on the fields in Jupiter, Florida. Spring Training 2024. It'll be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered and will be with you from the first pitch to the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark Sports Leader, KSMO.
Stay right here on KSMO Radio. We've got Missouri Net News coming up shortly. And then after the top of the 1 o'clock hour, I'll be back with your latest KSMO weather forecast.
Check out these New Year's savings at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You'll find Seafoam concentrated fuel injector cleaner starting at $4.99. Napa Extended Life Cooling System Antifreeze Plus Coolant for all makes and models starting at $12.99 for the 1 gallon size. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store, 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.